up? Welcome back to Ministry of the Body, everybody. That's right. If you guys are here for the first time, thank you so much for joining our channel. My name is Lox.
And my name is Tato.
And welcome to the channel. So last week, we ended off the video with a verse that we asked you guys to all just meditate on during the week or whenever you have time to do that. And that was from Matthew chapter 6, from verse 16 all the way to 24. Right? So today we're going to go through the first two topics in Matthew chapter 6. I think we're going to be talking from verse 16 all the way to verse 21. Yes, from verse 16 to 21. It reads as follows in the ESV. It says, "And when you fast, do not look gloomy, like the hypocrites, for they disfigure their faces that their fasting may be seen by others. Truly I say to you, they have received their reward. But when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face, that your fasting may not be seen by others, but by your Father who is in secret. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you." So the topic is not necessarily about fasting today. That's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
But it has something to do with the focus of your life. We touched a lot on that in the previous video, especially when we started speaking about the state of your heart.
Yeah.
And in this video today, we want to go a bit deeper into that topic. And we want to talk about some of the things that our heart is so focused on. And in this verse 16, we can see that the main focus of the person or the hypocrites that Jesus is talking about is people.
Yes.
So that others may see them.
Yes. All right. So when you're talking about this topic, man, one thing comes to mind. I know you guys have experienced this at least once in your life. Nah? Have you ever went to a competition, right? You're so excited. You're like, hey, man, we're going to compete. You're going to compete. We're going to win. And then you make the mistake of asking what the prize is, right? And when you hear what the prize is, they tell you that the prize is bragging rights.
Amen. Yeah. Might as well go home, man.
Like, why am I here? If the prize is just bragging rights, why am I here? That's how I feel, at least.
No, 100%, because let's think about it, bro. Sometimes, like, there may be a competition, and the competition says, no, you have to compete and do this. You guys must send in your best song or whatever, ne? And then they say the prize, and the prize is like something really good.
Yeah.
Even me, my shy self might even enter. I consider it. I'm like, hey, but yeah, I might get in, hey?
Yeah.
Hey, this prize is really calling me, man. It really is. But to say then bragging rights, I won't even try.
Let's respect each other. I can't eat bragging rights.
No, we can't feed on bragging rights.
I can't eat.
After I win the competition, I must go home back to possibly what is nothing in the fridge.
You find I'm the same way I got there.
The same way you got to the competition. In fact, you leave tired because you put in effort, but you go live with what they say is bragging rights. They clap hands for you and you go
that's
away.
It. Everyone says, yeah, you won, bro. Shots.
And you know what the sad thing is? That Jesus Christ in this verse is literally talking about the exact same thing. That some of us, we try to show, how great we are spiritually and things like that from a point of pride, so that we can brag. But Jesus Christ is saying that for all your hard work in doing those things, you got bragging rights. Your reward was bragging rights. People saw you and said, that is a man of God. That is a woman of God.
And that time you trafficked yourself serious.
Serious.
Like the amount of effort you put in, only to find out that
is your reward. Is the end of your reward.
That's it.
That is the full extent of your reward. Because behind that was the pride and the fact that you wanted to be seen by people. Because the thing that you find important in your life is people. You understand? Then Jesus now juxtaposes this picture.
English.
Juxtapose. That is English. Mean? Yeah. You know what? Juxtapose is when you put two things together, usually making a contrast or an opposite to each other.
Okay, now I'm following.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. So now Jesus now contrasts this picture that he draws to a person who says, now go and do this in secret. Where your Father is, who is in secret. Basically, what Jesus is saying is that let the person who sees your work be God.
Your effort.
Your
and
effort be God first. God is the one who is in charge of putting us out there. He will tell you to go out there. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't let people see our works. No. It's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is it mustn't be people that you're trying to impress. Like we said in the previous video, are you doing it for people or are you doing it for God? You understand? Because if you're doing it for people, then when they don't clap hands for you and they're not impressed, then you're heartbroken and you don't want to work for God anymore.
Exactly.
But when you do it for God, who is the one who will reward you openly, in some verses, as it puts it, God will truly, truly, truly bless you for the work that you are doing because He knows that your heart is for Him specifically.
What that's making me think about is how futile it is to put so much effort in things that are purely just for yourself or for people.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just thinking that it's just like the competition where they say all you get is bragging rights. I mean, like, even thinking about it makes me sad. Like, like the amount of effort waking up every morning. What happened? You brush your teeth.
You rush. You
to
drive like a maniac sometimes to go and get very quickly to the place where you need to be so that you can be appreciated by people.
And what this verse is saying is that's it. That's all you're gonna get.
That's all you
appreciation.
Ever get. Yeah, it's a hand clap from people.
A handshake.
Which is very scary. Because I want to get to heaven.
I do.
And be part of the award ceremony that they're going to do for all the saints. You understand?
You know how I imagine it? It's like, you know how the Grammys is?
Sure.
Everyone is coming through. There's a line.
Okay.
Nah. Obviously, there are those who pushed for God and there are those who, sharp.
Yeah, they didn't really do it for God.
Didn't really do it
but
for God.
They have salvation.
But you've got salvation. So, hey, man, shout outs to you.
You made it in, though.
You made it, though. So now they're saying, okay, can we have 2 lines? Obviously, you know which line is for who.
So one line, let it be for those who are receiving awards. The other one, may it be for spectators.
No, they just say, guys, spectators, we thank you guys. You've made it. Congratulations.
We are so happy to have you.
We're so happy to have you. Please go sit over there in the grandstands.
The seats are very comfortable, though.
Yes. So you're just gonna sit there and until the procession is done, and then we can all go in.
When miracle wow is to clap hands for the others who are receiving awards and get. Jealous. Plus, we're in heaven. There's no jealous anymore. So you want to clap hands.
And when you say standing ovation, we say standing ovation.
So you're going to clap hands with excitement, with exhilaration.
With zeal.
To be honest, bro, I want to chapake suit all white shining with the glory. You understand? Then when they call my name, Uncle Jesus says you're going to get a new name. Pumpy, check out that name, but wow.
Then they say standing ovation. Then everyone must stand.
Clap hands. Because you worked. You did the things that people didn't see. They'll even be shocked. But Tate, is this you? You're getting an award.
Then
we were just seeing you humbling yourself, not too much. Let's staging. We don't necessarily see you. Can't you working this hard?
Can't you pushing? You just see me pulling in a king Amania just.
I don't know.
Whatever it's called in Jesus' name.
Maybe it's mana.
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 And just say.
Telling you that. I want that for myself. You understand? So the only way to get that, the only way to receive these heavenly treasures, the heavenly blessings that Jesus talks about, or the heavenly rewards that Jesus talks about, is to humble ourselves and that everything that we do needs to be done for the Father. And I'll put it again. I'll read it again as the verse puts it. It's very powerful. It says, but when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face, that your fasting may not be seen by others, but by your Father who is in secret. See, not by others, but by your Father who is in secret.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? There was a part where he was even talking about when you pray, don't pray like the hypocrites who go out so that
Yeah.
they can be seen by everyone. You
Yes.
understand?
Yeah. Also for me, I think it also applies to a lot of the goals that I have in my life as well. Like you find that sharp, you wanna own businesses, you wanna do this, you wanna do that. But if those things that you wanna do or achieve
Yeah.
are purely just so that people can say, you're such a dope guy,
Yo,
or
Van, you have the best car. You
you have
look
the
so
best car,
good,
you've
bro. You
got the
smell with
nicest.
the best fragrances.
Yeah.
If
And
that's it,
if you're saying that, for people saying that, and that's it and that's all I get, then do I really want those things?
you understand?
That's my question.
I want all the things that God blesses me with to end up doing the work
The
for
work of
God, for the
God.
kingdom of heaven. You
Yes.
understand? Some of you guys who said, God, take all of me, you must understand what that means. It
Yeah.
means that all the blessings and the riches that He will give you here on earth
Yes.
should in end start doing work for His kingdom as well.
And you know what that brings us to? I don't
Yeah.
know if you want to go into it now. There's that verse where they said the Levites,
Or the allotment.
the allotment.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. We can go into that actually. And
Yes.
it actually relates with the next verse we're going to read in Matthew chapter 6.
Yeah.
And now it's from verse 14. Verse 14 says, do not lay up yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourself treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And that brings us to that
Yeah.
story of the Levites.
Yeah. Not gonna lie. And me, I rata Lamborghini Urus.
Yeah, that's Tato's favorite car,
That's
guys.
my favorite car in the entire world. God
Yeah.
knows that. Me and him have an arrangement, but it's
Uh-huh.
fine. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that yes, Lamborghini is nice, but at the end of the day, Yarus, it gets damaged, it rusts, and hey,
It
man,
can get stolen.
Can get stolen at any time, bro.
At any time.
You see, and now if my heart is there, it means someone can take my heart.
Yeah.
Literally,
Literally,
you have that type of access to me.
if your heart is in Lamborghini Euros and someone drives off with it, they're driving with your heart as well, you'll die.
Hey, man,
You
I'll
will
faint.
collapse on the floor. You understand?
Yeah.
And with that verse that you brought about the Levites,
Yeah.
I think in the book of Exodus when God was still talking about telling Moses about how he must split up the land in the promised land, that this tribe will get this land, this tribe will get that land. He said, tell the Levites that their inheritance won't necessarily be, and I'm paraphrasing, will be the land
Yes.
that they will own. No. When they didn't receive ownership of land, even though they were given land to live in,
Yeah.
they were not given ownership that they can give to their children's children. God said that your inheritance will be me. I will be your allotment. I was like,
Other people are collecting land.
I said, God,
Expropriation left, right.
they're getting land, bro. Me, you say, so I asked myself, so Shem, I thought Shem, poor Levites. When I was reading it the first time, I thought Shem, poor Levites. Then I started seeing this thing, man, pop up more in the Bible. Even in the book of Psalms, David speaks on something very similar. He says that in Psalms chapter 16, verse 5, he says, the Lord is the portion of my inheritance and my cup. You support my lot. And I was thinking to myself, hi, man. So why is it, like, because I saw this thing happen a lot or be spoken of a lot. And I was like, God, why is it that everyone is so happy with you being the inheritance? You don't understand? Because and then I started learning more about God and having a closer relationship with Him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, because God is the connection to everything.
Everything.
God
bro.
is the one who opens the doors in life for whatever it is that I need to do and have in my life.
Bro, that's the entire God of the
universe, bro. And I'm
you
like,
say,
wait,
I inherit that.
I inherit the God who created all things. You know what, bro? Keep those things,
Keep
bro.
the land,
I will
bro.
take that.
I'll take God any day. And if they give me the land, I'll say, you know what, bro?
No, keep it.
Keep it. Give me God.
Give me
bro.
God. You know, and someone asked me a very deep question one day, like I think maybe 2 years ago. And they asked me that if you had to get everything you ever wanted on this world, in this planet. Like I said, on this planet, in this world, right? Everything you ever desired.
Oh,
And you can have them even the next day. You can even add more. Whatever you think of, you can even add. But you have all those things, but in exchange of not having God in your life anymore. At the first time I was asked this question, it was tough to answer. But today I can safely say that, bro, knowing the God in my life, because I know God more now, you understand?
and you know who he is.
And I know who he is in my life, that for me to wake up and stretch and yawn and leave my house is God.
That's God.
For me to get into my car and drive on the N1 every single day, where I know there's no month where I don't see accidents. For me not to be part of those accidents takes God.
It has to be, bro.
It has to be God. For me not to die of a stroke or have like something, I just fall down, and it's God, bro.
It's God, bro.
God is the one who wants me to be alive for something,
So
for
you
some
need
purpose.
to understand that that's what you'd be trading.
That's what I'll be trading away. So even if I have those millions, by the time I can even buy bread with the first million,
With the first rand,
I could probably even die, because the devil will be waiting for me,
you,
like
bruh.
Edge,
Like
waiting
Edge, you know, he waits like this
to do
shy you with a spear,
with a spear, bro.
suplex.
You understand?
Yeah.
Like the devil's just waiting. The fact that, bro, all of you guys should understand, guys, that for you guys to love God the way you do is a danger to Satan and his kingdom of darkness.
He's not impressed.
He's not impressed with that.
He's not impressed with that.
So if he could do anything, the best he could do is to kill you and take your life. But the fact that you are still alive today is because God is keeping you alive for a reason. You understand?
100%.
The protection comes from God, bro. So for me to say that, nah, no more, I'll take the money. You know what I'm saying? Cannot be me, bro. So God is way too important to me for me to just trade him and say, no, I don't want him anymore. I just understand that I can't live my life. I can't breathe. Bro, there are times where I'll sleep at night, nah, and I can feel that the way I'm sleeping, the pillows is blocking my airwaves, and I'm struggling to breathe. But I know for a fact that it would be God who wakes me up, dog, literally, so I can adjust myself.
100%.
There are nights where I'm like, I'm dying in my dream. I'm like, why can't I breathe? And it'd be God who would just nudge me. Bro, there were times where I'd feel literally a hand wake me up. When I look, I see you there across the room, you're sleeping. I'm like, hi? Hey?
Yeah, I'm gone.
Such a gentle hand just wake me up. Because God can see that I'm not okay.
Hey,
I'm struggling.
that's what you'd be
That
trading.
was that. Hey, man, you know what, bro? God, you are my inheritance. You understand?
Give me God, bro.
Give me God, bro. You
But
understand?
also another point on that, on the Levites in inheriting, not inheriting anything, instead inheriting God. For me, how I also look at it is that everything I have should not be mine, and even anything I attain is not mine, but rather it's for the glory of God.
100%. So yes, you want that nice euros.
Yes.
But you understand that if God gives you the euros and says, give it back to me,
I'll give it back.
God
any
gives
day.
and God takes. That's what Job said, right?
That's what Job
was
said.
it Job or was it Abraham? We'll go and check.
Whoever said it. But they said, God gives and he also takes.
You understand?
So at any point, he can say, take this urus and go give Zbanban. And I must go do it.
Exactly.
Even though I love it that much.
100%.
But because I understand already that thing, I only have it because God gave me, and technically it's not mine. I have to do it.
So I think sometimes we find ourselves futilely feeling like our attachment to certain material things makes us feel like better.
Oh, tickle.
Whoa. So, Mina, I did not understand what the Levites understood on that day. You understand?
And I hope they understood too.
I'm sure they did, because I
meant.
didn't hear them complaining. But I didn't understand that when God said that I will be your allotment, I will be your inheritance, what they were actually receiving.
The
you
entire
understand?
God is my inheritance.
It reminds me of the story of the prodigal son. If you remember the story of the prodigal son, obviously, okay, so for those of you guys who are not familiar with the story, I'll try and summarize it very quickly. So the story of the prodigal son, Jesus was telling a parable to people. I'm not sure if he was telling to his disciples or to people in general, but Jesus was giving a parable. And this was about the prodigal son. So there was a son who lived in a house with his father. He had a brother also. And one day he said to his father that, look, father, you're a rich man, and I mean, I see everything is good here,
Mm.
but you know what? I would like my share of my inheritance
Mm.
so that I can go and do things
Let me go
myself.
do my thing,
I
bro.
understand.
Yeah.
So the father gave him, his share of his inheritance,
Mm.
and this prodigal son went and he squandered it.
He chowed the whole
He
thing.
finished all that money. You
Ah,
understand? So
yeah.
the Bible says he squandered it through reckless living. So now he lost everything and there was a famine. Now he
Mm.
could not take care of himself, such that he had to go and job hunt there somewhere far away, and he found a guy who had pigs. So he decided that he's going to tend to the pigs, right? So now things were horribly bad, bro. He was down bad,
Yeah.
such that he saw the food that the pigs were eating, and to him it looked like something that he can partake in. Do you understand?
Hectic. Yeah.
It was bad, that
Yeah.
bad. But then at some point he realized that I'm happy. I have a father.
Ah.
I
Konje.
I have a father. You know what? I will go home and ask my father for forgiveness. Maybe he might take me even as a servant, because the servants
They're
bona,
eating
they're
better than
eating
him.
better than me here. So rather,
Yeah.
let me go and just be like the servants that side at
Rather.
home. Do you
At least
understand?
I'm chowing
At
better
least
than now. Yeah.
exactly understand.
Yeah.
So now he decided that he's gonna go home. Okay. So when he goes home, the father saw him from a long way out, and then he went to go meet him, and then the father put on new robes on him and reinstated him, gave him a ring. Everything was back to normal. And then the father even said, go and get the fattened calf
Mm.
and let's go and cook this thing. We're going to celebrate and eat out on my son. My son is back.
Yeah.
I understand. My son was lost, now he's found. Now the brother on the other side is watching all of this happen, all of this unfold, and he's like, Eva.
Yeah, he's definitely not impressed.
He's not impressed because this guy took his share, went, wasted it. Now
And
the
went
father
and
receives
chowed
it,
it
and
all.
then
Yeah.
but tabakhom.
On top of that,
On top of that, up when the tabakhom is for
it's
weddings,
for weddings.
nice things,
It's a
make
mokete,
it, you
bro.
want. So now,
But
yeah,
this
he's
bro not ran away, but left, took his money, and went and chowed it. He finished it. Now his back is hungry. And you killed the fattest cow.
for him.
Ah,
So now that
hold up.
son is what I don't know.
Yeah,
And he's looking at this situation and is realizing this situation is not the one.
Yeah.
No ways. So the father can see that the son is not happy. The one who was at home. Right? So the father says, what's going on? The son now replies to the father. He says, no, listen. This son of yours went and squandered your money. He comes back, you receive him well. And you even slaughter a cow for him. Whereas Lina, I've never even asked for one goat. You see, that was where the problem was. Because guess what the father says to the son? He says, you have been with me here, you know, and for as long as you are with me, everything that I have is yours. You understand? Do you understand that the father saying to this son that because you have always been with me in my house, everything that is mine belongs to you as well.
So he should have understood that there are many more where that one calf came from.
Yeah, I understand. If he knew that by the fact of being with his father and everything belongs to him, his father is his inheritance.
Literally,
because he's
yeah.
inheriting everything that his father has because he's still with his father.
Yeah.
That he won't even be upset that one cow is going because he has 1,000 more.
Yes, many more that came from.
You
Can't
understand?
be touched about one cow.
You understand? I
Yeah.
think it's easy to even be more generous and more giving
When
we understand the abundance that we have in God.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
100%.
So now I realize that because God says that He is my allotment, He is my inheritance. I inherit God. I receive Him. It means I receive everything that He has.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So
Yeah.
I will not walk around living my life as if I don't have anything. Do you get what I'm saying?
And
Because
hoarding so many things.
hoarding things of the world.
Yeah.
Making the world my treasure when I realize that the treasure that I have is eternal.
Much
it will
bigger
never
than
die. It's God Himself. Do you understand? If you realize your lack in not having God, you're going to go and seek God. Do you understand?
Yes.
But sometimes we are so surrounded by things in terms of material stuff that we forget that we actually lacking. Do you understand? That's why Jesus said that it's hard for a rich man to make it into heaven. In fact, it's easier for a camel to go through an eye of a needle than for a rich man to make it into the kingdom of heaven.
Because a rich man has to part ways with so much in his heart.
Rich people sometimes don't realize the lack that they have spiritually because of the many things that they have physically.
Yes.
And life is largely lived physically. And I'm not saying rich people do, I'm not saying it's all rich people. I'm just giving an example from what Jesus is saying. You understand? Rich people watching, because I know there are rich people watching.
And we're going to be there one day.
Do you understand?
But the point is, right? The point is, your heart shouldn't be fixated on those things. It should be very easy for you to part ways, which is what should happen. You should be helping the people closest to you, the poor, the what. So it means that your heart must find it very easy to part ways with things that belong to you.
It's the same thing with Abraham having to potentially part ways with Isaac.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
Yes.
That God proved to Abraham himself that you love me more than you love the thing that I can give you.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yes.
So Abraham's treasure was not necessarily in the promise that God gave, but it was in the person who's promising, the person who creates all things.
Yes.
And essentially speaking, what we're trying to say at the end of the day is that our treasure should not be in things that are finite.
Yes.
It should be in the everlasting things. So when things go away from you, if a car drives away, your heart is not in that car.
It's not.
So they're not driving away with the car. I mean, this story of the prodigal son reminds me that I need to take cognizance of the fact that I have an inheritance from God.
Yes.
And my heart now needs to be in God. Because now imagine this prodigal, not the prodigal son, the brother.
Yes.
Now that the father said that everything that I have is yours, I'm sure the son is like, nah, you know what? Let me go and explore what else my father has.
You know?
I'm going to go and see all his land, all his resources, cattle, everything.
Because now you're thinking, what else do I have?
What else do I? Now his heart is going to be in the right place.
Exactly.
Now he's seeking more of the kingdom.
Yeah, he's seeking more.
Do you understand? Yeah. Because now he found out that in God there's something, in the Father there's something.
Yeah.
So now he's seeking the kingdom because he realizes that, wait, how much more is there to this? Because this means that I have much more.
And what makes him able to give the way he does? So you want to find out, like, okay, I want to find out more. What makes you so secure?
Yeah, like what, you understand?
Quick example. Hey man, people who are as fortunate as I am, for your hard labors throughout the month, at the end of the month, a little notification comes in. And that notification, I don't know if you like me, hey man, that notification has the power to make my day. Literally. Comes in the morning. I know. Usually NetBank, it comes the day later. Everyone gets it before me. So God is teaching me patience. I have to wait an extra day for it to come in. But when it comes in, that feeling.
It is a good feeling.
It's rejuvenating.
It reminds me of a video I saw of a man. He was dancing in front of the ATM because he knew that when he puts the card inside the ATM, he's going to be very happy.
Very happy.
But you saw his happiness. Yes. He was filled with so much happiness because he knew what was inside the ATM. But if we look into reality,
it's just showing you numbers.
Just showing you numbers. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now the issue is, let's say with that joy, dancing by the ATM, you put your card in, and somehow that machine makes a mistake and writes negative 1 million. Your heart can stop.
No, I'll faint.
Your heart can stop right there. Just because of what numbers are showing you. Do you understand?
I'm also thinking if they made a mistake, HR, and they left a 0 out. On my notification,
I'm telling you,
I'm seeing a missing 0.
You will not enjoy your weekend until you call all the staff.
No.
To find out what's happening. There's no weekend.
No, they must come and explain what's happening.
You'll be calling people at the wrong hours, trying to figure. So now you see that just numbers can even change your health. You can even become sick seeing what you're seeing there on that ATM screen. Do you understand? So if these things have the power to even change your physical health, how much of our hearts are we putting into those things?
A ton.
Do you get what I'm saying?
A ton.
Now, if we could flip the whole thing and put the same amount of heart into Dilajamudim, God Himself, where He says, "In me is living waters, is life." It means that we'll never ever come to a point where there might be a mistake. You see, God says He's not a man to lie.
Yeah,
So God will prank you out.
Yeah,
You see,
I did
if God
pranks.
pranked one person in the Bible and it was written there that God pranked someone, today we would find it very hard to trust in God, because we think, "Hey, God, this one must be a prank."
Me?
You understand? When you see something good looming in your life, you say, "Hey, but this one might be a
This one
prank."
could be a prank.
See, so God
Mudimu
won't
doesn't prank.
You see, God understands that He's a God, so He can't do some of.
He can't make
I
mistakes.
think God does have humor, but I don't think He will play a joke on you and say, "I was joking."
No.
Not today. Do you understand?
No. Yeah.
So now, because we know that God, He doesn't cast a shifting shadow. He says He is what He says He is. He is who He says He is. Do you understand?
So I'm confident
You're
enough I can
confident
put my heart by
that,
Him.
That if there was a heavenly bank account, your numbers will never change. They'll keep increasing.
Yeah.
You understand? There will never be. But what do they normally say? Roma first, they say there's a what not
System is
down.
System is down. Mudimu ID system it's down.
No, God doesn't have system. It's down. So I would rather put everything, my fullness from my heart, in God, bro, because I know that God will never disappoint me that way. Until today, I've never been disappointed by God ever in my life.
Me neither.
So, I will take up treasures in heaven instead of the treasures on earth. I was feel like these are nice to have.
These are nice
but
to have.
If everything was taken away from me today,
I'm still good.
I'm still good because I have the person who created all things.
And we will still continue to cook
and
regardless.
Even, you understand? And even if He doesn't bring those things back in my life, I'm still fine.
We cook regardless.
Because my life is still fulfilled in the God of heaven, because where I'm going is going to be nice.
When they announcing the Rolls Royce, the heavenly
in
Rolls
heaven,
Royce,
the chariots. Do you understand? Do you understand?
I know I'm in that line. I'm so happy we're saying this now while I'm relatively broke. I'm telling you now that these worldly things, they don't matter. So that when I'm balling, billionaire, and I tell you the same thing, you don't say, "Nah, but it's so easy for you to say because you're rich, you have everything." I have nothing now. And I'm telling you, these things don't matter.
Thank you. So otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching this video today. Let us know what you guys feel in your heart to say about these things. I think what we're talking about, even though we made it a bit lighthearted, is a very serious topic. Us being tethered to things of the world can be the one thing that the devil can use to devour us, to kill us, to destroy our lives. You understand? A lot of us have been in points where we almost followed worldly things into our deaths. Do you understand? So I think it is important that we take this thing very seriously. Yeah, and go and seek God and ask Him to change your heart so that whatever treasures you have taken up on earth, because remember the Bible says that anything you obey is your master. You understand? Yes. So that thing has become your God, your idol. So it dictates everything you do. No hate on Forex people, but because certain people do Forex, they have to wake up midnight to watch graphs go up and down.
Yeah, 100%.
So it means that I wake up early in the morning because of something.
Yes.
And others say I wake up early in the morning because I'm praying to God.
Yes.
And that has it's different outcomes at the end of the day. So we need to choose wisely who we are going to allow to be the master of our lives in this life that we're living today. So remember that your body is a ministry, and everything that we do needs to be done with a heart that is solely for God. Yeah. You understand? And remember that this ministry, people are looking at you and trying to find a little bit of goodness in this world, because some people, all they see is just evil, bad things. But now with how you live and how you conduct yourself, people can see and ask yourself, now you don't really have much, but how is it that you're still happy and so peaceful? It's because you have more than any rich man could ever have in this world. Yes. You have God, the creator and the maker of the universe.
Exactly.
And you have everything that He has because He is your inheritance. So what is your body saying to us?